Hello everyone, welcome to today's session. Okay, I hope there are no audio and video issues. We have resumed this class after a long break. Okay, if there are any technical issues, please let me know. There has been some issues, I have been correcting it. That's why it is slightly delayed. Okay, it's 3 minutes delayed today's class. Sorry for that. But anyway, good evening to one and all, and welcome back to my channel. And today we are starting a new series that is based on CSAT. Okay, so in the previous UPSC prelims and all, a lot of people have found the CSAT paper, the GS paper 2 in the prelims extremely difficult. Okay, many students within this channel had asked me to do a series on CSAT. I had conducted a poll regarding the subject that I am going to take, and most of you voted for CSAT followed by environment. Okay, so these two are the things that will be taken in my channel from henceforth. Okay, alternatively, CSAT and environment will be covered in the upcoming couple of months. All right, so we are going to start with CSAT, but in today's lesson, I'm not going to teach you anything new. Okay, so this class is focused on looking into some questions from the previous years, especially 2021 prelims. Similarly, an overall analysis of from where the questions are taken and the pattern, etc., etc. That is the idea of today's lesson. Okay, a brief analysis followed by some problem solving. Don't worry, these are previous year questions. I will not be teaching you how to do it or anything. I won't be explaining to you the method or anything. But see if you can solve it yourself if you haven't already tried that. I will give you a couple of minutes and then I will explain it and move on. Okay, the idea is to have an overall understanding on how the paper is set up. Okay, the most important thing is this is a very important paper, CSAT. Irrespective of how you do in paper 1, if you do not get the minimum score for paper 2, then you are not qualifying prelims. All right, and I personally know many people who have not qualified prelims because they did not get the score for paper 2. Okay, paper 2 is merely a qualified paper, you all know that, but you also need 33% marks, that is around 66 marks to qualify for the paper 1 analysis. All right, so today's session is focusing on CSAT, a brief introduction and the previous questions analysis. All right. So good evening, Raju. Good evening, Sangeeta. So I am a bit rusty because of the long gap that has been, that has happened. So please bear with me. I will again come up to speed in the upcoming classes. All right. So feel free to ask any kinds of questions in between. You can put it in the YouTube live chat. I will be looking into it and getting back to you with the answers, occasionally. Okay, I won't be looking into it continuously, but I will definitely look into it and get back to you. So starting with a brief analysis. Okay, we will be doing some problems, but after an overall view of this paper. So there are 80 objective questions in this paper. We all know this. Okay, there are 80 objective questions. Unlike paper 1, where we have 100 questions for 200 marks. Okay, in the first paper. In paper 2, we have 80 questions for 200 marks. So what does this mean? This means that each question carries 1.25 marks. Sorry, 2 points. Sorry. All right. 1 second. 2.5 marks for each question. Sorry, wrong calculation. Anyway, in paper 1, each question carries 2 marks. In paper 2, it is 2.5 marks. So that also means while calculating negative, accordingly, we have to subtract, right? 1/3 of the marks are reduced for each negative answer. In UPSC, both papers, we have negative marking. 1/3 of the mark is reduced as negative mark. All right. Time is 2 hours. We already know that. The CSAT paper is given in 2 languages, just like paper 1. It is given in English as well as in Hindi. You can follow whichever one you want. This class will be focused, done completely in English. Clear? And after the entire process is done, you have to have 66 marks or 33% marks in order to qualify for the next level. All right. But from where do these questions come? In the UPSC syllabus, I hope you have seen this paper, UPSC syllabus. In that document, it is given the CSAT area and the focus areas for CSAT are as follows. Number one, comprehension. Okay, this is taken exactly from your syllabus. I have not added or subtracted anything from it. This is basically copy pasted from your syllabus. So you have English comprehension. Then interpersonal skills, including communication skills. Basically, that also comes under English language. Okay, you have passage, a passage will be given and you will have to understand what the passage means and then answer certain questions regarding that. You have done this already. Logical reasoning and mental ability, or say analytical ability. We will come to it. Okay, we will look into each and every one of them while we do problems. Decision making and problem solving, a very, very important area, but we have not seen too many questions from this part in the previous years. General mental ability, a very key area. Many questions have come from this part over the years. But again, in the recent years, the number of questions have gradually reduced in this area also. Basic numeracy, the most important area. All right, I will show you a brief analysis of the number of questions taken from each of these parts, and you will understand that in the previous years, in the previous, say, 4 years, these are the number of questions that came from the respective areas. Okay, in the year 2018, for example, math and basic numeracy took around 18 questions, logical and analytical reasoning 22, reading comprehension 26, nothing from decision making, data interpretation 14. Okay, so while we do an overall analysis of the previous papers, we can see that the most number of questions are taken from 3 prominent areas: math and basic numeracy, logical and analytical reasoning, and reading comprehension. These are the 3 focus areas of UPSC. Decision making, occasionally very few number of questions. Data interpretation, again, same thing. Very, very few questions in the previous years. All right. And therefore, we are going to focus on the first 3 topics in our lectures. English one we can take later if many people request it. But otherwise, we are focusing on quantitative ability as well as logical and analytical reasoning. Okay, so this is an overview of today's paper. This lecture is not going to be pretty long or anything. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to show you some questions from UPSC CSE Prelims 2021, the very last one. Okay, many people have said that this year's CSAT paper has been extremely difficult. The difficulty level of UPSC CSAT papers has been increasing, continuously increasing in the previous years. Okay, at least that is a general perception. And many people found it very difficult to crack these papers, especially the latest one, 2021. But it was not that difficult as such. It's actually a pretty easy paper as far as these quantitative ability and reasoning are all concerned. I have randomly chosen some questions, around 10 questions I have chosen from the last year's paper. And now I am going to show you one by one. I want you to take a piece of paper and a pen with you and try to answer it right now. Okay, I will give you a few minutes for each question. I want you to try it out yourself and then I will explain it. Okay, so we can analyze ourselves if this paper has been that difficult as many people claim it to be. All right, I have not taught you anything. I know that. I will be teaching you topic wise, individually, like averages, the problems with trains, problems with boats, etc., etc. Individually, each topic will be covered in the upcoming sessions. But today, we are going to start by solving some problems. All right, so this is the first problem that I have chosen, and this is from set A. Okay, CSAT paper set A, and this is the 5th question according to set A. The question says, if 3 to the power 2019 is divided by 10, then what is the remainder? Very simple question as such, but again, you have to know how to do this. Okay, you have 1.5 minutes to do this problem. See if you can do it yourself. Afterwards, I will give you the answer. I will tell you how to do it. Okay, so this is just to get you, activated. That's all. That's why I have not taught you anything. I'm directly jumping into some problems, around 10 problems today. And then from tomorrow's class onwards, I will start, teaching you, and then you can, move ahead as such. All right, first question, try to answer this. If 3 to the power 2019 is divided by 10, then what is the remainder? Okay, hi Kushbu, welcome. I think I have mentioned in the Telegram channel that all of you have to be ready with a pen and a piece of paper. Okay, because obviously, see, it's CSAT, so you have to solve it yourself. It's not like listening to a theory session. When the timer counts to 0, I will explain the answer. Okay, that's how we will go. Okay, Raju is saying the answer is C, 7. All right. If you know the answer, please feel free to put it in the YouTube live chat. Okay, doesn't matter if you get it right or wrong. Participate in this process. Make it as much interactive as possible so that, you know, it will be interesting for me also, rather than a monologue. One thing you have to keep in mind is time. Okay, that is very important because for all right, so time is up. Again, time is very keeping time is very important because reading the English comprehension can take a bit of, can take a while. Earlier in the CSAT papers, we could easily, avoid reading the entire comprehension because the question will be based on one sentence or something. But now the question is such that, what is the author trying to convey through this passage, or what is the idea conveyed through this passage? In order to answer such questions, you have to read the entire passage. There is no skipping ahead. Okay, so that will take a fixed amount of time. Okay, and it will be very confusing also, so it won't be so easy for you. So we have to save time as much as possible in the other parts, especially in solving mathematical questions, because these are very simple questions that you can solve in like 10-20 seconds. Okay, so always do this paper with a timer. That would be very, very beneficial for you. Let's solve this. If 3 raised to 2019 is divided by 10, what is the remainder? Okay, so nobody is going to calculate what is 3 to the power 2019. Obviously, it's a huge number. Even if you have a calculator, still you can't get it in the calculator. So how do we do this? Very simple. Think about it. I'm going to write a table, okay, of the powers of 3. 3 to the power 1 is what? 3. Oh, let's start from 0. Okay, 3 to the power 0 is 1. 3 to the power 1 is 3. 3 squared is 9. 3 cube is what? 27. 3 to the power 4 is 81. Correct? 3 to the power 5 is what? 81 into 3? 243. Correct? Think about this. 1, 3, 9, 7. All right, in the units place, 1, 3, 9, 7. Again, 1, 3, okay, 3 to the power, I'll write this one also. 3 to the power 6 is what? 243 into 3. That is 3 3s are 9, 4 3s are 12, and 7. 729. So 1, 3, 9. This keeps on repeating. 1, 3, 9. Then the next one will be 7 again. So this pattern repeats every 4 times. In the units place, 1, 3, 9, 7. 1, 3, 9, 7. This keeps on repeating. Understood? So this is something that you have to keep in your mind. Now, 3 to the power 2090. From this data I have just told you, we can say that if we divide 2019 by 4, what would be the remainder? Remainder is 3, right? I mean, 2016 is perfectly divisible by 4. The remainder is 3. Okay? This is not a quotient, it is the remainder. So, one second, guys. My pen is not working. 1 second. Okay, thank you. Good evening, Deepika. So, yeah, we can say that dividing 2019 by 4 gives you the answer 3. Okay, so now we have to find what is the units digit in 3 to the power 3 and similar things. So look at this. In 3 to the power 3, the unit digit is 7. Okay, so the answer will be 7. Why? Because unit digit means what? Anything that we get after dividing a number by 10 is the unit digit, right? Say for example 173 divided by 10, what is the remainder? It is 3. 272 divided by 10, what is the remainder? 2. So whatever is in the unit digits place, that is the remainder. So here the question asks for the remainder when 3 to the power 2019 is divided by 10. Okay, so answer is 7. Clear? I have written this for your, for it to be easy for you. For me, it doesn't take this much time if I was doing it on my own. For you also, once this is, once you practice this, it would take something like a minute or so, like 30 seconds or so. Okay, even less than that. This is a very simple question, very direct question. We will be doing these kinds of questions a lot more in the upcoming classes. This one, I just did it to give an idea for you. All right. Second one, this is another type of question that came in this year's UPSC. This is again a passage is given, a couple of statements are given, a conclusion is given. You have to identify which conclusion actually follows the given statement. Okay, let me read the question. A statement followed by conclusion 1 and conclusion 2 is given below. You have to take the statement to be true even if it seems to be at variance from the commonly known facts. Read all conclusions and then decide which of the given conclusion logically follows or follow from the statement disregarding commonly known facts. So it doesn't matter what is given in statement, what is given as statement. You have to take it to be true anyway. Okay, it may not be logical, it may even be incorrect, but you have to take it as true anyway. All right, and then you have to read the conclusion and say which one of them actually follows. Clear? So here we go. Statement says, some radios are mobiles, all mobiles are computers, some computers are watches. First conclusion is, certainly some radios are watches. Second one says, certainly some mobiles are watches. So which one of the following is correct? Option A, only one. Option B, only two. Option C, both 1 and 2. Option D, neither 1 nor 2. So based on that statement, you have to tell me which of these conclusions are actually correct. I will, 1 second, let me just adjust the timer here. Okay. All right. We have 1.5 minutes to do this. Try it yourself. I will definitely give you lots and lots of these kinds of problems and I will tell you how to crack them in the upcoming classes when we take this particular area. Okay, this is a very prominent area from where UPSC asks a lot of questions. But for now, for today's lecture, let's see if you can solve this. All the questions of today are taken from Csat 2021, the most recent one. Okay, Raju is saying it is B, only conclusion 2. All right. Everybody who gets the answer, please put it in the YouTube live chat. Okay. I hope you can see the timer at the top right corner above my head. Okay. Once it counts to 0, I will explain. Okay, Sangeeta also going with B. Deepika also B. All right. So time's up. Correct answer is actually option D. Okay. Option D is the correct answer. D for dog, last one. I will tell you why. Let's see the question. Okay. Statement says, some radios are mobile. So whenever these kinds of questions come, the best way to do it is to make a Venn diagram out of it, if you can. All right. Let's try it out. Some radios are mobiles. Okay, so I'm going to put a circle here. It is for radios. All right. It says some radios are mobiles. Okay, so some radios are actually mobiles. Okay, all mobiles are computers. Okay, so every single mobile is a computer. Okay, so the entire section of mobiles will come within computers. Third one says some computers are watches. Okay, so we can draw this circle in a lot of ways. So we can draw it like this. Okay, we can draw it like this if we want, but we can also draw it like this if we want. Okay, we can draw it like this one if we want. All these are different ways of drawing it, right? Conclusion 1 says certainly some radios are watches. Can we say it for certain that some radios are watches? No, because if we take this circle or if we take this circle for watches, then there is nothing common between watches and radios. So there is no way that we can say for certain that some radios are watches. Maybe it is possible. But because there is this word certainly, it is wrong. Conclusion 1 does not follow. Conclusion 2 says certainly some mobiles are watches. Can we say that some mobiles are watches? No. Again, same reason. If we take this one, the third, this circle for watches, then it does not have anything in common with mobiles. I know why you got this wrong. Why you got this wrong is because this statement, all mobiles are computers, is very, very tricky. Okay, it says all mobiles are computers. It does not say all computers are mobiles. Do you understand? If this is computers, okay, and I say that all mobiles are computers, it means all mobiles are a subsection of computers. But the other thing is, if we have a set of mobiles and if we draw like this, then it means all computers are mobiles. Do you understand the difference? All mobiles are computers and all computers are mobiles. These two are entirely different things. Okay, you can't think that both are same. That is why you got this wrong, all of you. Clear? So in this question, neither of these conclusions follow. Answer is option D. Don't worry about this. We will do lots and lots of questions like this and you will easily get it when it comes the next time. This is an English question. I have given you 2.5 minutes because it's a lengthy question. Please read this passage and answer this one question. All right. Okay. I have already started the counter. Please read this passage and answer the question. I know that I am being a bit fast in explanations, but again, as I have mentioned at the beginning, I am not taking a lecture today. I'm not, teaching you anything today. I'm just solving some questions to give you an idea from where the questions are coming. That's all. Okay. When I take individual classes, individual lectures on individual topics, at that time, I will explain in detail and make better diagrams so that you can understand it better. All right. Today is just a warm-up session for me and you. Okay, I have also not taken a class for the past 2-3 months, so I am a bit rusty. So this is a warm-up session for me as well. So read this passage and answer the question. You have 1.5 minutes. Question is not properly visible. Okay, please adjust your YouTube screen resolution. Okay, I think by default it will be set to something like 360p or something. Please increase that to 720p or 480p. Then it will be properly visible. You have to change that settings at your end. Since this is a UPSC question, I just took a screenshot of the paper from the UPSC website itself and I put it here. That's why, it's not that much clear. But from next class onwards, it will be typed down. Okay, so don't worry. All right, Khushbu is saying D is the option. 1, 3, and 4. Today I have given you plenty of time to do in each of these questions. But in UPSC, you have to do this in like seconds. Okay. The more you practice, the faster you can get. And another very important thing is, CSAT paper is not just useful for UPSC. It is useful for all competitive examinations. Right? Even if you go for a bank exam or say a PSC exam or whatever exam you go for, numerical ability, quantitative aptitude, logical reasoning, English comprehension, all these are common for every single examination that you write. Okay, so this is useful for everything. Okay, time's up. So let's read this passage. Fig trees, genus Ficus, are considered sacred in India, East Asia, and Africa, and are common in agricultural and urban landscapes where other large trees are absent. In natural forests, fig trees provide food for wildlife when other resources are scarce and support a high density and diversity of frugivorous, that is, fruit-eating animals. If frugivorous birds and bats continue to visit fig trees located in sites with high human disturbance, sacred fig trees may promote frugivore abundance. Under favorable microclimate, plenty of seedlings of other tree species would grow around fig trees. On the basis of the passage given, which of the following assumptions are correct? Okay, number 1, fig trees can often be keystone species in natural forests. 2, fig trees can grow where other large woody species cannot grow. 3, sacred trees can have a role in biodiversity conservation. 4, fig trees have a role in seed dispersal of other tree species. Let's look at each of these statements one by one. Fig trees can often be keystone species in natural forests. So from the given passage, it is very clear that fig trees can often be keystone species. So what is a keystone species? That you will know after the environment lecture. Okay, there are various kinds of species like keystone species, umbrella species, etc. etc. I will explain all that when I am taking environment. But fig trees can often be a keystone species. That is true. From the given passage itself, we can understand that. Why? Because if we remove fig trees from that ecosystem, then that ecosystem by itself cannot survive. Okay, it's a keystone species. After reading this passage, that is very much obvious. So 1 is true. Second one, fig trees can grow where other large woody species cannot grow. Nothing in this passage actually talks about this. Right? We cannot assume it. Okay, maybe we know that this may not happen, but still, what is given in the passage, that's all we are going with. Nothing is given in the passage that says that fig trees can grow where other woody trees cannot grow. So this does not follow. Clear? Now itself we have already reached the answer, but just to continue, sacred trees can have a role in biodiversity conservation. Yes, the same statement is given in the passage, so that is true. Fig trees have a role in the seed dispersal of other species. The passage ends with the same idea, so 4 is also correct. Correct answer is 1, 3, and 4, option D. Okay, there are faster methods to solve this question. I will explain that during our classes. Okay. This is another type of question that we see in almost every single UPSC CSAT paper. And not just UPSC, every other competitive examination. This is one question that always will be there. What is the question? A bank employee drives 10 kilometers towards south from her house and turns to her left and drives another 20 kilometers. She again turns left and drives 40 kilometers. Then she turns to her right and drives for another 5 kilometers. She again turns to her right and drives for another 30 kilometers to reach her bank where she works. What is the shortest distance between her bank and her house? 20 kilometers, 25, 30, 35. These are the options. You have 1 minute to solve this question. Very simple question, very direct question. And I can pretty much guarantee you that there will be one question like this in every paper, at least one. Whatever exam you are writing, not just UPSC, whatever exam you are writing, you will have one this type of question. Okay. Please put the question number also while you give me the answer. So if you have any queries or questions, you can ask. Okay, if you want me to explain anything again, you can tell me that too. All right. I will try to wind this class by 6 p.m. itself. Okay, before 6 p.m. itself, we will finish this. And from the next class onwards, we will start by individual topics. All right, time's up. So what is the answer? Anyone? Question number 18 of set A from UPSC. Did anybody get the answer? See? Let's solve this, okay? So how do you solve this question? By drawing a picture. Okay, in your rough space that is provided at the end of the question paper, you can actually draw a picture and find the answer for yourself. So let's start. Okay, let's start drawing. A bank employee drives 10 kilometers towards south. So this is the starting point. All right. So drives 10 kilometers towards south. So we have to have a basic idea of directions. So if I'm going to put this, we have north, south, east, and west. This is clear, right? So let's draw an arrow south indicating 10 kilometers. All right. Then what happens? She turns to her left and drives for another 20 kilometers. So she turns to her left so that it is this direction and drives for 20 kilometers. Correct? She again turns left and drives for 40 kilometers. Okay, so she turns left again. So while facing that direction, left is towards this. So, okay, she drives how much? 40 kilometers. Okay, now she turns to her right and drives for 5 kilometers. So while facing north, right means towards this side. So she drives 5 kilometers. She again turns to her right and drives for 30 kilometers. So again, while facing east, right means towards south. So again, she drives how many? 30 kilometers. Here you have to be a bit more intelligent. Why? Because here we have drawn a line for 40 kilometers and here there is a line for 10 kilometers, right? So 40 minus 10 is 30. So if she drives 30 kilometers south, then the point will be something parallel to here. Okay, this is the intelligent kind of drawing. Now, here is her bank. So this is the destination. Okay, question asks, what is the shortest distance between her bank and her house? So what is the answer? The answer is this, the length of this line. Very easy. 20 plus 5. Correct? Answer is 25. Option B. Very simple, right? If we get the diagram right, you get the answer. That's it. No calculation, nothing. Draw the diagram intelligently, draw it correctly. When you draw these lines indicating the direction and the distance she traveled, make it a bit more, as much as proportional as possible. Okay, if you draw a small line for 100 kilometers and a large line for 50 kilometers, then it won't make any sense. You will end up getting confused. But if you can draw these lines proportionally, then it would make a lot of sense and it will be very, very easy for you to solve. Just like this. Correct? Next question. Another common kind of question, which is based on arrangement, and this is not based on arrangement and all. This is based on selection. Okay, but we see a lot of questions that involves combinations and arrangement and all these things. Anyway, question number 25 of set A states that 7 books P, Q, R, S, T, U, and V are placed side by side. R, Q, and T have blue covers and other books have red covers. Only S and U are new books and the rest are old. P, R, and S are law reports, the rest are gazetteers. books of old gazetteers with blue covers are dash. Okay, so you have been given a lot of data and you are asked to find out which of a combination. You are asked to choose a particular kind of book from the entire data that has been given to you. This is the question. You have 1.5 minutes to do this. Try to solve this one. Hello Vignesh, welcome. Welcome to the class. Yeah, Khushbu, I will again go back to the previous question and explain that to you. Okay. I just saw your comment. After this solving this one, I will go back to the previous one and explain that. Twenty-fifth question. See if you can answer this. Put it in your YouTube live chat. To the newcomers, this is my Telegram channel. The link is given here, also in the YouTube description section. Please follow the Telegram channel for getting updates from my side. Okay, I will be uploading all the answer keys and my lecture slides and everything in the Telegram channel. Okay, Prabha, welcome. Prabha is saying it is C, Q and T. Sangeeta, sorry, Khushbu is also saying it is C. All right. So yeah, both of you got that right. Correct answer is indeed Q and T. Now let's solve this. Again, how do you solve this? Very simple. Stay patient, stay calm, and just read the statements. That's all. Okay, let's see. 7 books are there. P, Q, R, S, T, and U. U and V. Now, R, Q, and T have blue covers. So, blue covers. R, Q, T. All right. And the other books have red covers. So, red covers. What are the other books? P, S, U, and V. All right. Now, only S and U are new books. Okay. So, new books. S and U. So, old books are which are P, Q, R, T, and V. P, Q, R, T, and V. Okay. Now, P, R, and S are law reports. Okay. Law reports. P, R, S. And other books are gazettees. So, gazettees include which all books? Q, T, U, and V. Correct now? Now, what does the question ask? Books of old gazetteers with blue covers. So, blue covers, old books, and gazetteers. All we have to find out is what are the common ones among these 3 categories. So, the first one has an R. This one has an R, but third one does not have an R. Q. First one has the Q. Old books has a Q. Gazetteers has a Q. T. 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 So the answer is Q and T. Very simple now. Very easy question. You can do this in like seconds and easily get a 2.5 marks. Question 28. Another kind of question. Again, in order to solve this question, you have to be patient. Okay, you can easily get this question, but you have to think and be patient. You are given 2 identical sequences in 2 different rows. Sequence 1 is in order to give you a logic from something to go on. You can recognize a logic from sequence number 1. Apply the same logic in sequence number 2 to get the answer. And the question asks for what comes in the place of C. Okay, you have to find out the value in this position. I'm going to start the timer, 1.5 minutes. Yeah, Telegram channel link is given in the description section, or this is my Telegram link, t.me/msrw1. All right. You have 1 minute more in the counter. If you are searching in the Telegram by name, then you can search my name, Madhav Sankar or Warrior. Okay, that is the name of the channel, Telegram channel, Madhav Sankar or Warrior. Okay, there is no dot. Okay, sorry. Together. All right. Okay, Kushbu is saying it is C option. All right. Just try to understand the logic and solve it. Okay, time's up. So what is the correct answer? Correct answer is option C. Very good. All right. So how do we solve this? Let's take the sequence number 1, because it is from sequence number 1 that we have to identify the logic and then apply that logic on sequence number 2 and arrive at the correct answer. So now let's start with the first sequence. 8, 4, 6, 15, 52 and a half, 236.25. Okay, so what is the logic? 8, 4, 6, 15, 52 and a half, 236.25. Okay, it is, if you look at it, without any kind of preparation or practice, this might look a bit difficult. But to somebody who practices these kinds of sequences a lot, this is very, very, very simple. Why? How do we get 4 from 8? How do we get 4 from 8? Multiply by half, right? 0.5. 8 into 0.5 is 4. Now, how do we get 6 from 4? 4 into 1.5 is 6. Similarly, 6 into 2.5 is 15. 15 into 3.5 is 52.5. Into 4.5 is 236.25. Clear? So now you can see the sequence, right? Into 0.5, 1.5, 2.5, 3.5, and it goes on like that. Apply the same logic in the second sequence. 5 into 0.5 will be what? 2.5, and that is A. Correct? Now, 2.5 into 1.5, and that will be B, which is not the question that is asked. It is C. We have to find the answer for C. Similarly, B into 2.5 will be C. And when you do it, the answer is 9.375. Clear? Another one. Consider two statements and a question. Statement number 1 says, Priya is 4 ranks below Seema and is 31st from the bottom. Statement number 2 says, Ina is 2 ranks above Seema and is 37th from the bottom. Question asks, what is Seema's rank from the top in the class of 40 students? But that is not the question statement. Okay, these are the given statements. Question is, which one of the following is correct in respect of the statements and the question? Option A, statement 1 alone is not sufficient to answer the question. B, statement 2 alone is not sufficient to answer the question. C, either 1 or 2 is sufficient to answer the question. D, both statement 1 and 2 are required to answer the question. Which is the correct option? You have 1.5 minutes. So this is another kind of question. Okay, this is known as sufficiency test. All right, you will be given a lot of data and you will be given a conclusion. But in order to answer or get to that conclusion, you may not require all this data. Okay, there is something called a minimum quantity that is required. So you are asked what is that minimum here. Okay, which of these statements is or are sufficient in order to answer that question? That is the question. All right, take your time and answer it. Okay, Dilip, forgot your name. Vignesh. Okay, Vignesh is saying it is C. Let's see. Prabha is saying C, 38. Sufficiency test is very important. Again, this is another kind of question that is asked in every exam, not just UPSC, but if you are preparing for bank or say PSCs, other kinds of, competitive exams. Time's up. Okay, so correct answer, very good. C is the correct answer. For your 38th question, correct answer is C. Now let's solve this. Statement number 1 is saying, Priya is 4 ranks below Seema. Okay, so this is Seema. Okay, and Seema's rank is somewhere here. Okay, so X, some random rank. Okay, now Priya is 4 ranks below Seema. So here is Priya. Priya's rank is X plus 4, right? 4 ranks more than, so below Seema. That means, no, rank is counted backwards, right? First rank means the topper, the most, the person who has the most number of marks. So 4 ranks below Seema means you have to increase the rank count. So it is X plus 4, not minus 4. Now, and is 31st from the bottom. So from the bottom, she is 31st. Clear? So Seema's rank is what? X plus 4 is 31. So X is 20. Is it correct? Is it correct? Or is it, this is where you get confused. Is it 27 or is it 35? Because this is the area where most of the aspirants went wrong and got the wrong answer. Okay, here the people who have given me the answer is correct. Option C is the correct answer. Okay, so Priya's rank is 31 from the bottom. So Seema's rank is what? From the bottom, her rank is not 27, it is 35. Sorry. From the bottom. Okay, if it was from the top, then you will have 27, but it's from the bottom, so it is 35. You have to add 4 more ranks to Priya. Clear? Second statement is saying Ina is 2 ranks above Seema. So here we have Ina. She has a rank that is X minus 2. But from the bottom, she is 37. So that makes sense. Seema is 35, so Ina is 37. Question is, what is Seema's rank from the top in the class of 40 students? Very simple, right? Statement 1 alone is enough. Just think about it. In the statement 1, it says Priya is 4 ranks below Seema and is 31st from the bottom. So from statement number 1 itself, we have this much. With this data and by knowing that we have 40 students in the class, we can easily identify Seema's rank from the top. Yes or no? Correct? She is 35th from the bottom. There are totally 40 students. So Seema's rank is 5. Correct? We already got the answer. Now, with statement number 2, Ina is 2 ranks above Seema and is 37th from the bottom. Again, from this, in one statement itself, we can identify Seema's rank. Right? Ina is 37th from the bottom and 2 ranks above Seema. So Because she is 2 ranks above Seema, Seema's rank from bottom is 35. And there are totally 40 students, so Seema's rank from top is 5. So by just having individual statements, we can arrive at the answer. So both these statements, it is either 1 or 2 is sufficient enough to arrive at the answer. All right, I know this is a bit confusing for at least some of you. Don't worry about this. I'm just solving it. As I have mentioned, I'm not teaching you or anything. While we do a lot more problems from this sector, it will be more and more clear to you. I will take a class dedicated to this type of answering in the upcoming lectures. Okay. Now here is another question that is based on data analysis. Okay, you are given some data. Now using this data, you have to find the answer. It's called data interpretation. Okay, so now let's see the question. Consider the following table. There are 4 players A, B, C and D. Runs scored in first innings, balls faced in first innings, runs scored in second innings, balls faced in second innings. Who is the fastest run scorer in the test match? Okay, so this is the table from a test match. There are 4 players who are batting. Okay, in the first innings, each player took this many number of balls to get this many number of runs. Second innings also, same player took another number of balls to score X amount of runs. Who is the fastest run getter? That is the question. 1.5 minutes to go. Good evening, Seema. Welcome. Timing will be 5 p.m. only. Okay, if there are any changes, I will announce that. But every day, may not be every day. Most probably alternate days. Okay, tomorrow may not be. I won't be there. Day after tomorrow, there will be class. So in almost every alternate days, we will have lectures. Please follow the Telegram channel because in between, I might come up with environment lectures also. Okay, we are going to do both of them in a mixed fashion. Some days it will be Csat lectures, some days it will be environment lectures. Everything will be updated in the Telegram channel 24 hours prior to the session. This is another area of question. Okay, each and every question that I have selected for giving you an idea about this paper is from a different category, different area. I hope you understood that. Okay. There are 11 questions in total. We are almost done, or about a couple of, I think 3 more questions to go. That's it. We will finish it in like 5-10 minutes. All right. So, how to solve this? Did anybody get the answer? Nobody has posted the answer, so I think nobody got this. But let's see. Who is the fastest run scorer in the test match? So basically, they are asking about the strike rate. Do you know what strike rate is? Strike rate actually tells you how many balls it took for a batsman to score that many runs. Okay, so for example, if say a player has a strike rate of 150, what does that mean? That means he scored that many number of runs in 100 balls. So number of balls and number of runs taken. That is how you calculate the strike rate. So if one player scores a 6 from one ball, okay, he faced one delivery and he hit a 6. His strike rate is 600. Clear? If he say in the second ball he took a 4, then totally he took 10 runs, right? 10 runs in 2 balls. So what is his strike rate? It is 500. How did we get this? 10 divided by 2 into 100. Runs divided by balls into 100. Okay, so this question is asking you who has the best strike rate. That means, or in other words, fastest run getter. How do we find this? Initially we add the total runs and the total balls, and then we find out who has the best strike rate. That's all. Very simple. Let's see. Player A, B, C, D. Okay. Now initially let's add the runs. Okay, of both the innings. 61 plus 14 is what? 75. 5 plus 50. 55. Total runs. Okay. 15 plus 20. 35. If there are any, if I make any mistake, please let me know. I'm also doing this right now. Okay, I don't have any prepared materials with me. I'm doing this, solving this problem right now. So let me know if I make any mistakes. Then 13 plus 12 is 25. Okay, these are the total runs scored by each of these players in both the innings together. Now, total balls faced. 99 plus 76 is what? 175. Correct? 12 plus 85, 97. Okay. 75 plus 50, 125. 55 plus 50, 105. Correct? True, right? Now, simply find the strike rate. So, 75 divided by 175. Just put a divide symbol here. That's it. 75 divided by 175. Any idea? What is the exact decimal or? We don't have to calculate actually. Very simple. You don't have to actually calculate the value. There is another easier way. I will tell you. We can 5 is common for both 75 and 175, right? So let's cancel numerator and denominator using 5. So here it will be 1 and 5, 15. Here it will be 3 and 5, 35. Again, we can cancel by 5. So it is 3 and this is 7. So this is reduced to 3 by 7. I hope I did not make any mistake. Okay, second one, 55 by 97. Okay, that's there is nothing common there, I think. So you can't reduce it to anything simpler. But one thing we know for sure, 55 into 2 is what? 110. Correct? So 55, here it is not 110, it is 97, less than 110. Which means what? This is greater than 50%. Is that right or wrong? Did you understand that? If it was 55 by 110, then it is exactly 1 by 2, 50%. Correct? But here it is not 110, it is only 97. So numerator is greater than half of 97. So it is definitely a fraction that is greater than 50%. True? Third one, 35 by 125. Again, cancelling by 5, we will get 7 and we will get 25. 7 divided by 25. Okay, again, 7 into 4 is 28. So that is less than that. So we can say this fraction is also less than 50%. Okay, that's all we need to know. We don't have to have the exact number or anything. 7 by 125 is roughly something around 1 by 4 or less than 1 by 4. Okay, if the denominator was 28, it will be exactly 1 by 4. But if the denominator is 25. So it is something less, that's all. Sorry, something more. That's anyway less than 1 by 2. For sure. Last one, 25 by 105. Again, cancelling by 5, we get 5 by 21. Alright, that is how much? 5 by 21 is, if you want to solve this, 4 5s are 21. Correct? Sorry, I messed it up. Sorry. 5 by 21, the other way around. Again, you do not have to do this, but if this is just to show you, okay? So 2, 42, 8, 83. Okay, something like 0.23. It doesn't matter whatever it is. It is a very small number. Out of all this, the question is which is the best value. That's all you have to know. That is why I did not solve any of these individually. Answer is option B. It is greater than 50%. No other fraction is even equal to 50%. This is 3 by 7, which is less than 50%. This is already less than 50%. We have established that. This is like 0.23, very less than 50%. But this one, 55 by 97, is greater than 50%. So this is obviously the biggest value. So without actually solving the entire problem, we can directly go to the answer. Okay, in UPSC and in all other similar tests, we can actually implement this methodology. Without actually getting the answer, we can find the answer. Okay, I will teach you the method later. But for now, just understand this. Again, this is a very confusing area. You are probably, all of you are confused right now. Don't worry about it. We will find the answer. We will solve similar problems more and more, and it will be easier for you. Okay, 48th question. This is a question based on calendar. Another question that we see in every single examination that we write. You have 1 minute to solve this question. What day is 10th of October 2027? That is the question. But in order to solve this question, you have to know what the present day is. So the UPSC exam of this year was on October 10th of October, and it was actually a Sunday. Okay, 10th October 2021, this year's UPSC prelims was a Sunday. Given that 10th of October 2027 will be which day? Option A, Sunday, B, Monday, C, Tuesday, D, Saturday. Okay, last 3 seconds. Timer. So how do we solve this? If you know how to solve this, it is very easy. Otherwise, most of you would be writing down the dates and months and all and calculating. Actually, this is a very simple question. You can solve this in like 5 seconds, maybe 10 maximum. How? I'll tell you. So we have 10th of October 2021, which is a Sunday. All right. Now, 10th of October 2022, 23, 24, 25, 26, and 27. This is what we have to find out. 10th October of 2027. What day is this? All right. This is the method in which we will solve. The same date, okay, the same date of the next year will be 1 day ahead of the current day. So if 10th of October 2021 is a Sunday, then 10th of October 2022 will be a Monday. 2023 will be a Tuesday. Okay, that is how it goes. Only 1 day difference. The same date of every adjacent year will be 1 day ahead, except in case of a leap year. In case of a leap year, because February has 1 additional day, you have to add 1 more day. Okay, so 2021, 22, 23, all these are ordinary years, not a leap year. 2024 is a leap year. So here you have to jump 1 more day because February has 29 days, and because this is 10th October, which comes after February, you have to jump 1 additional day. So this day will be what? Not Wednesday, it will be Thursday. Then again, 2025 is not a leap year, so it is Friday. 26 not a leap year, so Saturday. 27 not a leap year, so it is Sunday. So the correct answer is option A, Sunday. Simple, na? You can do this for any kind of questions that deals with dates. Very, very easy to achieve the correct answer. It takes like 10 seconds maximum. Okay, moving on. Last couple of questions. At which one of the following times do the hour hand and the minute hand of the clock make an angle of 180 with each other? You have 1 minute to solve. At which one of the following times do the hour hand and the minute hand of the clock make an angle of 180 degrees with each other? Welcome, Jason. You do not have to find the exact time. Look at the options and try to solve from there. If you try to find the exact time at which 180 degree is met, it will take you a long time and it is unnecessary. Last 10 seconds. If you got the answer, please write it in the YouTube live chat. Time's up. So, question is, at what time does the hour hand and the minute hand of the clock make the angle of 180 degree? 180 degree means what? Straight line. Correct. So, at what point does the hour hand and the minute hand are in straight line? Option A, 7 hours. Let's draw a clock, analog clock. Okay, so here we have 12, here we have 3, 6, and 9. So here we have 8, here we have 7, here we have 1, 2, right, 4, 5, 10, 11. This is how a clock looks, right? Now at 7 hours, minute hand will be here and hour hand will be here. So is this angle 180? Is it a straight line? No. So option A is gone. Second one, between 7 hours and 7:05 hours. Between 7 and 7:05, again, the minute hand will be somewhere here, right? In this area, in this shaded area. Is it a straight line? Already the hand is, the hour hand is here. So until it is pointing towards 1, it is not a straight line. So this is also gone. Now only two options remaining at 7:05, between 7:05 and 7:10. The 7:10. That is the question. Many people immediately jump into answering option C, 7:05. Why? Because they do not think properly. Think about it. Exactly at 7, okay, exactly at 7 p.m. or 7 a.m., whenever the time is 7, the hour hand will point to 7, the minute hand will be pointing to 12. Correct? When that time crosses, okay, and it becomes 7:05 or something like that, when it moves away from the 12, the hour hand also slightly moves up. Or will it stay at 7 until it becomes 8? No, right? The hour hand also very slowly moves into 8. So when it is 7:05, what will happen? The hour hand will slow, there will be a very small shift towards 8. It's not noticeable. We might think it is still 7, but the degree will be less than 180 because of this small tilt towards 8. I will tell you how to, the exact procedure and all later, but that is not required to solve this problem. Okay, so it is not 7:05 either. The last remaining option, 7:05 and 7:10, that is the correct answer. It is between 7:05 and 7:10 that the hands will be in 180 degree alignment, a straight line. Okay, this is how you logically solve this problem, even if you don't know anything about degrees. The actual way to solve this problem in a complex question, this is a simple question. In a complex question, what we have to do is, we have to divide, consider this clock as a circle that is totally 360 degrees. So 5 minutes means 30 degrees, correct? So when the minute hand takes a total of 1 hour to cross this 360 degrees, the hour hand will move 30 degrees, that is from 7 to 8. So what is the angle moved by the hour hand when minute hand moves 1 degree each? We have to find that out and then solve this question. So that is the complex way. We don't have to go anywhere into that. We will do those kinds of questions later. But to solve this question, none of that is necessary. Only common sense. Okay, last question for the day. 80th question, final question. A man completes 7/8 of the job in 21 days. How many more days will it take him to finish the job if quantum of work is further increased by 50%? 1.5 minutes to solve. This is another common area called work. Okay, there is an entire chapter on quantitative ability known as work. And this is taken from that area. Another very common question that we see in literally every competitive exam question papers. I'm pretty sure most of you will get this. Last question. Okay, after this, we will end the class here. I will schedule the class for day after tomorrow, next one, and we will start with individual topics. Okay, at that time, I will teach you how to solve it, and we will go from easy questions to difficult ones and all those things. Okay, last 20 seconds. Try to solve this, everybody. Those who get the answer, please put it in the YouTube live chat. Bharat. Thank you, Bharat. Okay. Prabha is saying it is D, 15. All right. Correct answer. Okay. It is the correct answer. 15 is the right answer. So how do we solve this? Question says a man completes 7/8 of the job in 21 days. Okay. So 7/8 of the job is completed in 21 days. So how do we move forward? If 7/8 of the job is completed in 21 days, how much time does it take to complete 1/8 of the work? It is 3 days. Is it right or wrong? Divide both sides by 7. If we divide this fraction by 7, it is 1/8. If we divide 21 by 7, it is 3 days. So 1/8 of the work is completed in 3 days. So total work is completed in how many days? Total work means what? 8/8, correct? That is the total work. So 8/8 is 21 plus 3, 24 days. So the total work is completed in 24 days. Question says, how many more days will it take him to finish the job if quantum of work is further increased by 50%? Okay, again the work is increased by 50%. So this is 100%. Okay, the complete work 100% is 8/8, that is 24 days. So now again 50% more is added to this. So what is 50% of 8/8? That is what? 4/8 or 1/2. So you have to, and this is equal to 12 days, right? 50% of 24, correct? So in order to complete the full work, that is this total 100 plus 50, 150 percentage of work, he will take how many days? 36 days, 24 plus 12, correct? But the question is asking, how many more days will it take him to finish it? How many more days means already this many days are completed. So how many more days he will take? That is 36 minus 21. That is 50. Clear? Don't worry if you did not understand. It's a very simple problem. We will do more and more of this in the upcoming classes, and at that time you will understand that. Okay, but again, overall, after solving all these questions, do you really think Csat paper was that difficult? It wasn't, right? I mean, personally, I did not feel this paper to be difficult at all. It was a very easy paper for me. And I'm pretty sure that after all these classes, you will also feel Csat is nothing for you. It's a guaranteed paper. Okay, so even if you are feeling a little bit less confident at this point, don't worry. After the classes, you will all be in very good shape. I guarantee you that. Okay, I will upload the slides with a proper answer and all in the Telegram channel. The link is given here, t.me/msrw1. Please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and hit the notification icon to get notified when I schedule the upcoming classes. Okay, please share with your friends also. So that's it from me today. Thank you all for joining. I know that I have also been a bit rusty today because I have not been taking classes for the past 3 months. But I think this was a warm-up for me also. From the next lesson onwards, we can get a better flow. Okay, so bye bye. See you.